First, I just want to thank you all for being out here today. Like you said, my name is Robert Wittenberg. I'm a state representative from Southeast Oakland County, and I'm also the co-founder and chair of our Gun Violence Prevention Caucus here in Michigan. And we know that more guns is not the answer. And we know that's what you're going to hear people on the other side are going to say. It's so disheartening to me. My mom is a third grade teacher and has 33 students in her class. And to think that the president of this country would say we need to arm our teachers, they're worried about the 33 students in their class. They went to school to educate our kids, not to be police officers in our schools. I think we need to make it easier to get mental health services than it is to get a gun. For too long, legislative leaders here in Lansing and in DC have done whatever the gun lobby has told them to do. I've had conversations with some of my colleagues when we were presenting sensible gun reform that said, well, I got to see what the NRA says on this. They're putting the gun manufacturers' profits over the value of the lives of our children, which is wrong. Now, what I want to tell you a little bit about, as the chair of our Gun Violence Prevention Caucus, some of the work that we've been doing here. Some of you have heard I've been on the radio quite a bit and on TV, and I will continue to talk and advocate on two particular bills, which we're calling the Extreme Risk Protection Order bills. I don't know if some of you heard about these. In some states, of the Gun Violence Restraining Order, Gun Violence Prevention Order. But in essence, the way this works is, if someone is making threatening statements that they're going to harm themselves or harm someone else, then we should take those threats seriously. And currently, unless they commit a crime, there's nothing we can do to seize their weapons from them. So what this bill does, and people have been referring to them as red flag bills, is that we give family members and law enforcement the power to be able to take their weapons away while they're in that bad state. To me, that is common sense. And I know my time is short, but we're working on, just to give you an idea of some of the things, we're working on universal criminal background checks. Making sure that you have to go through a background check to purchase every weapon that you're going to buy here in the state. Is that too much to ask? We also, I know they talked about it, ending the prohibition on doing research on gun violence in this country. The CDC is they're prohibited from doing the research on gun violence in this country, which is crazy to me. So again, I want to thank you all for being out here today, and I know Jeremy talked about this as well, Rep. Moss. Make your voices heard. Talk to your local representatives, talk to your senators, and specifically on the bill I was talking about, 4706, 4707, that's the Extreme Risk Protection Order bills. We need a hearing. We need to have the conversation as to why these bills would save lives, and we know they do. There's data that shows it, and we know these bills could have stopped the shooter in Florida. And so we have to push for these common sense solutions. And I will end by saying this. It is easier to child-proof our weapons than it is to bulletproof our children.